It's time to run a small experiment to demonstrate how a polish and wax coat can help protect your paint during the monsoons. What we've done so far is that we've divided the bonnet literally into two sections. The left-hand side has not been polished, whereas the right side has been polished and then coated with a graphene and ceramic infused wax. It's not quite raining outside, so in order to replicate raindrops, let me spray some water on this side. Remember, it's not gone through any sort of paint correction and coating. What you will immediately notice is some water slides down the surface because the bonnet itself has a natural slope, but most part of it really, it doesn't quite show much movement. This may not quite be immediately obvious, but it will be just as soon as you compare it to the other section. This section has been polished and coated, and just as soon as I spray water, one difference should be fairly obvious is that the water forms fairly large beads and has much better mobility. The beads, in fact, if you were to drive this car, will just roll off the surface just as soon as the car moves. It's something I'll surely recommend during or just before the monsoons. Not only will the wax coat protect the paint on your car from some of the harmful effects of the rain, but will also make it a lot smoother, preventing water from staying on the surface, making the car a lot easier to clean, and also protecting it from the severe weather conditions. What happens typically during the monsoons is because it's wet everywhere, it's very humid. So there's a lot of microbial growth that tends to happen in the interiors of the vehicle that leads to odors, stains on the seats, fungus development inside, which obviously is not great for your health. It's also an ugly sight, with all the smells and the damp smells. So what we'll try to do is we'll prepare the vehicle as much as possible for the onset of the monsoon. Of course, it'll get an exterior coating of wax, which will help with, make the surface a lot smoother, so water won't stay as much on the surface. But we'll also take a look at the interiors. We'll clean up the interiors. We'll vacuum out any external debris. We'll steam clean the seats. We'll detail out the vehicle on the interiors. We'll apply some polish. And more importantly, we'll condition the seats, as that will help in the upcoming monsoons. Monsoons are just about probably 15 days away. And we want to keep the car as good as possible for the onset of the monsoons. The monsoons can be quite harmful for your car paint. That's because rainwater contains salts that can cause oxidation and corrosion if not properly maintained. Applying a coating of wax can be a quick and effective way of preventing this from happening. Because wax is hydrophobic, which means that it repels water, it causes the rainwater to bead up and roll off easily from the car's surface. And because water rolls off and doesn't stay on the paint, your car remains protected from any harmful contaminants that rainwater may contain.